Into madness. Okay. Hello everybody, and welcome
What
back
the hell was
to
that?
Call of Cthulhu. Now, I have a confession to make. I screwed up. I forgot to hit record. So what you're hearing right now is me after I've already reacted and recorded all of this. So I'm going to try to make it not stupid. And oh yeah, I forgot. It can still find you in the closet, or I just got unlucky that one time and it saw where I went. But that's another way you can die, which I did not know. So in this one we're running away from the Shambler and trying to figure some stuff out. We're pretty much just trying to run away from him. And every time it takes me through this thing,
What the hell was that?
I was very confused for a very, very long time. So I couldn't even look at the painting because it saw me. So I ran for my life. I hid in the closet. And it doesn't see me this time. Like, what? Or does it? I can't remember. No, it doesn't see me this time. I couldn't figure out what I did differently the first time I got caught that it saw me. And then this time it just doesn't. Also, fun fact, whoa, forgot it sees me again. Oh, I was running towards it. Silly me. Also another thing I figured out is I lose sanity while I'm in the closets, which it was around the corner, which kinda sucks. So I ran to this closet, and I don't know if everything's gonna be fine or not. I'm like you guys, I don't know what's gonna happen. It's been a while since I've recorded this. Okay, I think I'm fine. Maybe. Yeah, I'm fine. The music is also very misleading, because sometimes the music will be like this and the dude will have no idea what's going on. And other times it'll... Oh!
Down. Use this dagger.
That's a dagger. What am I gonna do with the dagger? I'll tell you what, I'm gonna hide in a closet. Never mind, I won't tell you. You see, this is what I'm talking about. Sometimes it knows where you are, sometimes it doesn't. It's inconsistent. And I don't know why.
What the hell was that?
Okay, cool. So, I don't... So basically what you need to do is you need to try and find a way to destroy the painting. But... And I just need to get to a dagger to destroy stuff with. So I hide in the closet again, because it says I must hide in the closet. And looky, it doesn't see me. Why did it see me the first time? No one knows. So there's another
Maybe
dagger.
I can use this dagger.
Yeah. So I hide in the closet, as usual. And it doesn't see me. Like, what? It literally saw me walk in here. But it doesn't get me in the closet this time. It's all quite confusing and illogical. Okay, it found me again. And quite illogical. So I hide in this closet. Does it know? Does it see me? I don't know, I can't remember. I guess I'm fine. So now I'm sneaking up to the paint. It sees me. It's over there. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, got hair in my mouth. I'm not gonna fall for the closet trap, so I'm just gonna keep running. Music dies down, I go into the other closet, just to be safe. And it doesn't see me. What? It's all quite confusing. And I must be honest, I actually had another recording before this one, but I got so frustrated with this scene on its own that I rage quit and tried again later. And it saw me from when I peeked, even though they said that peeking is fine and that's how you can look at things without them seeing you. But they lied. The game lied. Okay. I'm just going nice and slow so that I don't alert it. Stay up. For some reason, it didn't. Ooh. Okay, so now I'm just gonna keep running. Screw the closets. Closets are a lie. Oh, apparently not screw the closets. It's very difficult to commentate over something that you've done before but can't remember exactly what you've done, so you just kind of have to spitball. Okay, so what I discovered over here was that I need to find the right dagger in all of these places to destroy the painting. This dagger looks cool. I thought, okay, cool. I think that this one's gonna be the right one because it looks very weird and it's got that little gem. You see, it sees me. It sees me. How? Why? What is the reasoning? I don't get it. Okay. Well, I thought that dagger was gonna be the one for sure because it's got like the little gem on it that looks like the eye on
What the hell was that?
Charles, but apparently not. So now we just need to improvise, adapt, and overcome. And not use closets, because closets are freaking death traps. No, screw you, hint. I'm not gonna hide in a closet. Closets are lies. Nothing but lies and deceit. So this was the one that I grabbed before I died. Okay, and I'm still going in the closet. And it still finds me. I just decided to load the checkpoint. No one has to see me die again. Like, that's just ridiculous. And we've all seen that cutscene how many times? Yes, we get it, Edward. Edward, that's his name, not Adrian. Why was I thinking Adrian? I think I might have been mixing Watch Dogs in this. Cause it's Aiden, Pierce, and Edward. Okay, I don't know where I get the Adrian from. It was just a random name.
Yeah, maybe I can use this dagger.
Yeah, so I decided, okay, you know what? It's a lie. I'm just gonna run straight for everything. I don't need to hide all the time. Which is true, I don't. I just need to be careful. And lo and behold, it wasn't that dagger either.
This dagger didn't work.
It was like looking for a needle. No, it saw me somehow. So I decided, screw this, I'm not gonna go in the closet. I'm just gonna keep running. And looky, the dude gave up. How do I know? The music stopped. But it seems I still haven't learned that closets are death traps. But I wait in here for a little bit longer, just to make sure that it doesn't see me or know where he is. But now there's a problem because I don't know where he is. like, okay, cool, this dagger looks good. Looks very spiny. Seems like it would get the job done. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna run. I'm just gonna run around in a circle. And look at that, the music stopped. The closets are a lie. I don't need closets. I just need run. And the music picked up again, so it found me. Which, now that I'm watching this again, I'm realizing that when the music picks up, it just means that it's close, but it doesn't mean that it's found you. It's when it actually screams and roars that it's found you. And that wasn't the right dagger either.
I have to use a specific dagger.
Yes, that's kind of the point. The question... Oh, it's found me. You see, and then the music just dies down. It doesn't chase you for that long. So I couldn't see where it was, so I was just trying to make sure that I was in a safe place. See, so now I thought that music means, oh, it found me, but it just means that it's... Okay, now that I see it was looking for me, I think it just means that it was looking for me. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm faster than this thing. I can just outrun it all the time. That'll work. And it did. So now my thoughts are, okay, cool, that's a painting of the city that's coming up. So it's gotta be this dagger, because it corresponds to something that I've seen before. And now we do the whole ring around a rosy once more. Oh, but it gave up the chase. But I'm just gonna do one more round just to be safe. Because after all of this progress, I do not want to die again, because dying in this game sucks. Just keep running. You don't need the closets. You just need the run. Okay, cool. And it stopped chasing me. So I'm like, okay, sweet. Oh, and it was still following my track. So I'm like, okay. We'll just hide behind this thing. And once again, I still hadn't figured out the music, so I'm like, oh, the music. I thought, okay, cool, I can just pick up all the daggers and try each one, but no. Apparently, Mr. Edward here doesn't have pockets to keep all the daggers, so that kind of sucks. Ooh, it's glowing. I never noticed that before. So I just kept on running around in circles, and this thing would not give up the chase until it did right now. It's actually a lot harder to commentate over stuff that you've already done. Gotta admit. Oh, that still wasn't so hard. But it was glowing. That mean nothing? So now, there's the issue of finding cases which I haven't picked at before. So I thought, okay, cool, they've all got paintings behind them, so maybe I just need to find the one with the picture that looks similar to the Shambler. And that will be the right dagger. But it seems to have been completely random, because that dagger I found in the other room and switched it out. I've tried that one before.
This dagger looks different.
Apparently this one looks different compared to all the other ones that we've seen before. Oh, and I see that this one's glowing too. It's a pretty sick looking dagger though. Would you look at that? It worked. Finally. I was so happy when this happened. Be gone. Oh, I was so happy to be done with this. Uh-oh. I forgot about that.
What's the matter with you?
Mm-hmm.
You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
The painting was cursed.
Sanders was right. This painting is cursed.
What are you talking about?
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
You knew about the monster?
You knew. You knew about the beast.
What are you talking about? Think yourself lucky that I saved your hand, even if it was to save my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
I really should talk to this Drake. I don't want to say and you give me this information free of
The
charge
creature.
and then she charges me.
This dagger was the only weapon capable of pushing it back. If Hawkins was trying to get rid of this shambler, she might have made contact with Drake. This antique dealer has a good knowledge of the occult. I have nothing to lose by meeting him.
You've got your spunk back. Go where you want. I'm staying here to talk business with Irene.
The Shambler turned out to be much more than an artwork painted by Sarah Hawkins, as a huge creature came out of the painting to attack Pierce. After a hard fight, the detective managed to send it back to the painting. He later discovered that the dagger he used to repel the creature had been sold to Sanders by a man named Algernon Drake, owner of the nameless bookstore. Pierce decides to pay the library a visit. I forgot to say Into Madness. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, so someone's been here already. I know that already. You don't, but I do, so. Yeah, it doesn't make my screw up any better.
Where is the bookseller? Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
Yeah, nothing to say about that, really. I mean, the diary doesn't even say anything. It's literally just another volume of the diary.
Freud's The Interpretation of Dreams. It's the work that laid the foundations of psychoanalysis at the beginning of this century.
This practical work, written by Sigmund Freud for psychologists, describes the techniques of analytical interpretation of dreams. The analysis must follow several rules, especially that of free association, a principle announced by Freud at the end of the 19th century. It treats dreams as a way of revealing buried desires. I cannot believe that this theory is applicable to my nightmares. Well, you could, but it wouldn't make it truth. That's the only thing. No, it helped with my medicine. I forgot about that. History of Darkwater Volume 2. A Puritan colony led by Reverend John Wickwood settled on... Okay, if you wanted to read that, just pause. I'm sorry. I don't remember how quickly I read and what I read. And then okay, sorry. I'm not really that interested in the history of Darkwater. Ooh, lamp oil. In the history of Darkwater. So if you guys are, then you can just pause the video and read whatever it was that was in the books. But me, I just want to find out what happened to Sarah Hawkins and how to stop this curse, because it's definitely a curse.
The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's Theosophical movement. Its followers place truth on the same footing as a religion.
These Tibetan writings are... Sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. I feel so bad that I didn't press record. Okay, cool. So that's just more medicine. Okay, cool. So now I've explored the rest of the bookshop, trying to...
What happened
time
here?
to go upstairs. Ooh, white light. White light time.
Let's start over.
So gotta...
Where did they break in from?
The door.
Blood. Seems like amateur work.
And then I follow the blood to nothing. I'm like, wait, but there's blood leading somewhere. So where does it lead? I'm like, oh, something on the ground. Oh, never mind, I missed that. Medicine
No sign
first.
of struggle. If the burglar smashed this jar, it wasn't intentionally. Was he hurt then?
And then I see that.
Someone tall left this footprint. A man, probably.
I didn't understand how he could figure out that it was a tall person based just on the footprint. Like, that doesn't seem very logical to me. And yeah, it just didn't seem like a whole lot of logic was put into that assumption. I mean, there's little people with big feet too, you know.
What killed all these animals?
Then I noticed that it was rats and cockroaches.
What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene?
That's a crowbar.
What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work?
And it's a safe with the occult sign.
What the... Charles Hawkins?
Yeah, this part confused me quite a bit because my vision's going all weird. But this
What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess?
But this is pretty much just my imagination, where everything is going super, like, weird.
Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe. Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case. Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
A page seems to be hidden here. It is possible to read. If somebody finds these memoirs, there will be no doubt that I am in serious trouble. My last and only hope is that my body and bones are still in this plane of reality. In order that they be recovered and burned, the funeral urn must be given to my dear mother if she is still of this world. The following message is of capital importance. Whoever reads these lines and demonstrates acuity as sharp as mine can hope to gain access to my most precious possession. It lies within my safe, and the clues to the combination are to be found in 3 cylinders, each hidden where life and study combine in the Greek world. Each cylinder is numbered, even if, as the celebrated author says, order is the pleasure of reason, but disorder is the delight of the imagination. Indeed, despite my preference for organized chaos, I must admit that reason usually prevails in the end. If by chance a person, or should I say a genius, was to match my intellect and find the combination of the safe, I would ask that they deliver its contents into the safekeeping of my friend and colleague, Professor Armitage of Miskatonic University. The content of this safe is not only a vast digest of knowledge, but also a weapon that is far too dangerous for it to fall into the wrong hands. I hope that you will be able to appreciate the danger that this represents and that you will act accordingly. In any event, I will neither be there to guide you nor to suffer from your actions. So now I need to try and figure out how to open the safe. I'm reading particularly fast because I can't remember how fast I read when I actually recorded. And to pause the video and just edit stuff out takes a lot of effort and a lot of trimming, and I just don't want to do that, so forgive me. There's some more medicine for me.
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills?
Yeah, that was the interesting thing to
What
find.
link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
This key that bears the Alder sign is the only one able to protect your psyche. It is in the form of a cylindrical medallion hanging at the end of a heavy chain. Hundreds of years ago, the star and the branch whose purpose is to push back the forces of the great old ones were engraved at its center. Everything points to it being Charles Hawkins that tore it from its last owner, an Egyptian antique dealer. In press cuttings that mention the misdemeanor, the date of the robbery coincides with the last of Hawkins' trips off to Cairo. It remains to be seen whether he knows of the true purpose of the artifact, to try to find it. Oopsie. Yeah, so the sleeping poles are quite interesting because that means that, or well, it doesn't mean, but it suggests that everyone on the island is suffering from the nightmares, which are technically visions. As to the reason why, no one really knows yet. Yeah, I didn't want to touch the safe because I didn't want that painting coming to life. As beautiful as the painting is, I know there's something something could happen to that painting at any second. So I was just a bit cautious about the safe. Yeah. So I had to find the clues. There's a lot of books here.
Arkham editions. Never heard of him.
So I made a funny joke. I'm like, huh, you never heard of Batman? Batman? Arkham? City of Arkham? No? Okay.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
There's a whole lot of these, like...
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
They're not really that interesting.
Arkham Editions.
Forgive the
How
yawn.
many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham Editions.
So I thought, like, maybe, okay, I could find, like, a book of medicine or something, but it's...
How many volumes are there in this collection?
It's all just
Another
Arkham.
volume by Arkham Editions.
Then I realized I can just use my lantern because, well, there's the oil refill right behind me, so might as well. See? Okay, so he was talking about the cylinders, that the clues are hidden on the cylinders. And then I found this.
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
The cylinders that go in the phonograph. Now, I don't remember seeing a phonograph anywhere over here. And there's definitely not one over here. So the only other place where a phonograph could be is in this room.
A kind of chalice.
This goblet seems to be very ancient. It seems to be made of gold and decorated with real precious stones. Do the rubies and sapphires make up a specific motif? And hey, phonograph. 1, 2,
And these
and 3.
red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
Okay, so
I
that...
finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
Okay.
Dear
So...
friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Okay, cool. So the first one, I think, was the gems.
The Chalice of Knowledge.
The red rubies. So I was trying to figure out how to count them all. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I
The
don't
Queen
think...
has little protection.
And there's the chessboard. But because I've already done this before, I can't remember how stupid I was while I was actually playing it. So... yeah, bear with me.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold.
I
To
think
be the
this was where I
guardian of the
realized
Grail does
it's
not
the
protect
red
The
rubies
Chalice
on the
of
chalice.
Knowledge.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
me from its attractions, Henry.
So the
And
first
I
number
do
is
confess it.
5,
I am willing to pay
because
to know
there's
its
5
secrets.
rubies on the chalice. The controls for changing the locks was a little bit confusing at first, but I managed to get it. Okay, now I need the second number. And since the dude said that order is good, it's going to go in order of 1, 2, 3.
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
Okay, so what I understood from that was it's all the white pieces left on the board, so 4. So it's 5, 4. Still struggling to get the controls of the locks. There we go, 5, 4. And now the last one. I think was 9, because of the volume he mentioned. But I was wrong. So I decided
So
to
these are
look
the
through
volumes that Drake was talking about in
all
his
of
message.
these
What did Drake say
to
about this
find
collection?
volume 9.
Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake... What did Drake say about this collection?
And then he just kept on talking.
Drake
That's
talked
8.
about a particular
That's
volume. So
4.
these are the volumes
go,
that Drake
9.
was talking about in his message.
A collection of poems. 1908. Derby was only 18. Yeah, none of this was helping me at all. And then I came to conclude that, okay, so it is just 9. That's the number I'm missing from the third lock. And, or third combination. And it's something wrong with either the first or the second one. So I went back to the room to listen to the phonograph again, I think. Nope, look at the chessboard.
Queen has little protection.
Then I thought, okay, maybe it's all the pieces, so 6. All the white pieces. I mean 7, I can count. But that wasn't it either. So I thought, okay, maybe it depends on, like, I have to validate each one, but the validate is when you've got the combination of all three locks. So I thought I must have missed something. I must have. So listen to the phonograph again. Off
And
cylinder.
these red rocks,
Of all of them.
like precious stones,
Just to
lie
make sure.
fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry.
I thought maybe
And
I
I do
counted
confess
wrong.
it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
So I checked it
The
again.
chalice of knowledge.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I kept on turning it because I thought maybe there was like a hidden one somewhere that I missed. But no. That one was right, 5.
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse
I
to be
think
the
I got it
playthings of
here.
destiny.
Where it's the white pieces that are still standing beside, except the queen. So, 3. I think I got it. Yeah. Then I celebrated at how smart I am and was very proud of myself. Whoa. Forgot about the eye. Yeah, this is when things started getting weird and I'm like, what the hell is going on? There's all these people and then that happened. In the nameless bookstore, Pierce traced the trail of an attempted burglary. He discovered that Charles Hawkins was behind the attempt. Pierce opened the bookseller's safe to find what the latter and Sarah Hawkins had hidden there. A book covered in human skin lied inside. Irresistibly attracted A book covered in human skin lied inside, irresistibly attracted the detective. When he opened it, his mind was projected into another body. So now you'll see where things get a bit weird and a little bit confusing. Into madness. Zoned out again. Whoops.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Okay, so now this confused me a bit because now I'm not sure if I'm actually just playing as Mary now or if Mr. Pierce has taken over her body, or
What can you tell me about him?
if Mr. Pierce
He
is
was
just
highly
being
agitated an hour ago.
able to see through
we were
her
about to tie
eyes.
him down when he fell asleep. 10 minutes ago, he curled up into a fetal position. I thought he was waking up, but no.
That's what I find a little bit confusing about this, is that you
I
don't
don't
really
recognize
know
him.
with its position,
Did he just arrive on the island?
projection.
He said he worked on the
Or
docks,
just
but
a
not with
character
Captain
change.
Fitzroy. I think he works for Ms. Baker.
Who?
You know, the woman at the head of their gang. They call her Cat.
Oh,
Meow.
I see.
Do you have other questions?
What are his symptoms?
His temperature has been going down, his skin losing its color, his body rigid. I closed his eyes myself. They were glassing over. I didn't want them to dry out, and I couldn't bear to look at the expression on his face.
You did well. Don't worry. Let's stay professional, if you will.
I must use medical
Show me
file.
his file.
That's not possible.
Don't tell me Dr. Fuller has taken this file as well. We need it.
That's why I called you. This man's
He's right
ailment has
there.
been hidden from us.
Speaking
Come on
to
now.
Fitzroy.
What was he treated for?
An intoxication, I was told, after inhaling chemicals.
The
That'll do
gas.
for the time being.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
Let me take a look at him.
Did you inject him with a tranquilizer?
Let me first ask
No,
you if he was
doctor.
drugged.
Not me, not anyone. Our stock is empty yet again.
Again? But there was enough for the whole island.
More and more people are suffering from insomnia. We can't refuse to help.
Of course.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
I need to take a look at him.
Very well. I'll examine him. 30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell.
I have no idea what those words
His
meant.
skin shows abnormal loss of color.
Except
and seems
necrosis.
dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin. Tender at the touch. Slightly sticky.
He's the Cthulhu man. Octopus man.
Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema.
I don't know what
Slight
petechia is.
protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body.
It's a parasite.
So, doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier,
He seemed to feel better?
yes, like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes, they can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his
Sheesh.
cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings
He's a
growing
squid
at his
man.
fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You have to.
He has something in his belly. Which I think is a parasite. Or an egg. I don't know why I paused so long here. What was I talking about? Who knows? It's all lost to the ages now.
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth.
His body is
I
mutating.
almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr.
Here
Cody,
he is.
may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients. Provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
You're turning him into a monster. Just straight up. I had a hard
I've
time
seen
deciding.
Suction cups on his fingers. His falling body temperature. His dehydration. Had I only read the report, you know what I would have concluded, Doctor.
Do I? Tell me anyway. I'm curious.
He's no longer human. These are the attributes of an animal.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
I think
Was that a
cephalopods
threat? What did he mean?
It
are like
was a
what
warning.
squids and octopi are.
Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's
Google
most
that after this.
influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Stay out of this.
Don't you get involved in this. You've done enough already.
But
Yeah.
doctor, this man is dying.
There's nothing we can do about it.
Mhm.
He's in the hands of Dr. Fuller. Do you wish to end up like Elizabeth? With a diploma from Nightingale and the chores of a cleaning lady?
At least she has a
No.
diploma.
You're right.
Let me do my own investigation. It's time I found those missing files.
And where would you find those? In his office. What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep Mum.
I don't know what mum is. Keeping mum. Okay, cool. But the game saved, and I was almost out of time. Just wanted to
An
look at
unknown
this.
medicine. Judging by the other ones, it causes heavy side effects.
Okay, cool. And with that, I'm going to have to say thank you so much for watching. As usual, I have no idea how this is gonna play out. Found out a lot of interesting stuff. That beginning chase was really annoying. But yeah, that's all I've got for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. And if you like what you see and want more, consider subscribing. Bye.